Hi, this is your host. In 1974, a young American astronomer named Vera Rubin presented a paper at a conference in Massachusetts. It caused a stir. She'd found evidence that contradicted one of the fundamental principles of physics, the idea that all matter attracts all other matter. If true, it would have been a discovery as monumental as Einstein's theory of general relativity. But proving it would require decades of work and countless experiments, and she was just getting started. So let's learn how Vera Rubin changed our understanding of the universe. Vera Rubin was born in 1928 in Philadelphia to a middle-class Jewish family. Her father owned a hardware store, and from an early age, Vera showed an aptitude for math and science. But when she was 12, she saw an exhibit at the Franklin Institute about the 1922 discovery of the first extrasolar planet outside of our solar system. The exhibit described how scientists had calculated the planet's mass by observing its gravitational pull on its star. "I thought that was the most wonderful thing in the world," Rubin recalled. From then on, she wanted to be a scientist. She studied physics and astronomy at Vassar College, earning her bachelor's degree in 1950. Then she went to Cornell University to get her PhD, but when she arrived, she found that the department didn't accept women, so she transferred to Georgetown University in Washington, D.C., where she earned her doctorate in 1954. At the time, the field of astronomy was dominated by men, and women were rarely hired as astronomers, but Rubin was determined to make a name for herself. In 1965, she became an assistant professor at the State University of New York at Stony Brook, and 2 years later, she turned what was then a fringe idea in astronomy into her life's work. In 1968, she published a paper arguing that galaxies rotate faster than expected. This was based on observations of a particular type of galaxy called a spiral galaxy. Spiral galaxies are collections of stars that rotate on their axes, and they're held together by gravity. According to Einstein's theory of general relativity, the amount of matter in a galaxy should be distributed in proportion to its size, and so the outermost stars shouldn't be going that fast. But Ruby and her colleagues observed that all the stars in the galaxies they studied were orbiting around the galactic center at roughly the same speed, regardless of their distance from the center. What's more, the galaxies seemed to be spinning faster over time. Something was making them rotate faster, but they couldn't figure out what. Over the next 4 decades, Rubin and her students collected data to try and solve the mystery. They measured the speed of stars in more than 200 galaxies. And in 1980, Rubin presented her findings at a conference in Massachusetts. By this point, she had amassed so much evidence that something was causing galaxies to spin faster that the scientific community finally began taking her research seriously. In the years that followed, various scientists proposed different explanations for the phenomenon. Some suggested that galaxies contained a mysterious substance that was invisible to telescopes but made up 80% of their mass. Others argued that gravity didn't work the way Einstein had predicted. Instead, it might weaken with distance faster than 1 over r, where r is the distance between two objects. The idea that gravity doesn't weaken with distance as fast as predicted has become known as modified gravity. Meanwhile, the idea that there's a mysterious substance in galaxies has become known as dark matter. Today, most astronomers favor the dark matter explanation, but the debate continues. As for Vera Rubin, she died in 2016 at the age of 88, knowing that she'd changed the way we understand the universe. Coming up next on this channel, we'll tell you about a mysterious object that's been dubbed the eighth wonder of the world.